Thank you. Time now for 4 stops at 4 News from across northeast Wisconsin. Omro alderman Jason Reeves appeared in federal court today, charged with 1 count of distribution of child pornography. Federal judge agreed to release Reeves, who's being held in the county jail. As we reported, Reeves was arrested last Thursday after the company that owns Kick Messenger provided a tip that suspected child abuse material was uploaded to another user through its app. Investigators traced the user's IP address to Reeves' home. At the hearing today, the federal judge set several conditions for Reeves' release, including GPS monitoring, no contact with anyone under the age of 18 except for immediate family, no computer without approval, among other conditions. Reeves' next court date is not immediately scheduled.